And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. This is the Sports Cave. Your co-host, Robbie, my co-host, Zach Roden. Zachary, how are we doing today, bud?
We are tired, but we are alive and we are breathing, Robert. So it is
how
another
was
good
your
day in the books.
3:30 wake-up call on Wednesday? How was your 3:30 wake-up call on Wednesday?
Honestly, not that bad. There was no, I mean, obviously getting up was obviously completely shit, but not one car on the road for the first probably hour and a half, 2 hours of my day. Not one person, I didn't even see a person. Just no one bothered me at work. It was very productive.
Right.
But definitely not something I would like to make a routine out of, Robert.
Yeah, it's not fun. It is not fun. It fucking sucks, dude. Let me tell you. I'm the first one to tell you right here, right now. It sucks.
I'm a firm believer
Don't
in starting
mind
early,
me,
though.
see me going back and forth between looking at you, looking over here. On my left, I have the Cleveland Guardians Detroit Tigers game 4 in Detroit, where the Cleveland is currently leading 1-0. We have a goal, folks. We are trying to get off here around 7:45 for two reasons. One, first pitch is at 8 o'clock. So if I could edit the show in time and just relax, watch the game, we're good. Two, I guess it's going to be a topic of conversation a little later on. We're going to have to save Zachary, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are on the road in New Jersey to take on their former head coach, Sheldon Keefe, and the New Jersey Devils.
Big game, one I would definitely like to be keeping my eyes peeled. So, I mean, we're here to put a good episode on for you tonight, folks. But
yeah.
It will not be the Monday night fiasco that was about 2 hours long, because that was just an absolute howitzer.
Well, too bad it wasn't a Monday night because it was a Tuesday night.
It was a Tuesday. My apologies. Well, first Tuesday. Come on, you gotta give me some slack on that one. But Robert, we got some playoff baseball. We got some football. We got some hockey. Possibly some basketball. We'll see. Not really much going on there, but why don't we get right on into it, Robert?
No, just give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure we're live on Twitch because my career dashboard is not showing that we are live.
We're
Perfect.
live. I'm watching this.
And, well, Zachary, I know how you felt about him on Tuesday, but it's good
Welcome,
to know.
Bob. How are you? Hope you're doing fantastic, Bob. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday. But Robert, we let's get into some baseball playoffs here. Do you want to cue some sound bites for us?
I reckon I do. All right, boys. Well, it's that time. And right now, it's only Dan here, Plouffe, Steve, Isaiah. Well, fuck Isaiah. Ryan. I mean, when all these people join. So, Dad, if you could do me a big favor, I'm going to do us a favor, Zachary. We're going to hit that share button. We're going to get this Thursday rocking and rolling because right now, it is time not only to talk about Game 4, but also first pitch at 8 o'clock. Well, Zachary, let's be honest here. We would be robust to not lead off with arguably the best series of the playoffs so far, and it came to an end. Now, the Dodgers and the Padres,
not arguably,
5 games.
Not arguably. I think it was the best series.
But this Mets-Philly series was absolutely amazing, dude. It was just absolutely absurd. And the Mets pull it off in 4 games, Zachary. Zachary, what are your thoughts on that series? What are your thoughts about the Mets? Did the Phillies fail expectations, or did they just face a really red-hot New York Mets team? What are your thoughts?
They ran into the team of destiny. Welcome, everybody. How are we all doing tonight? Robbie, it was just a real tough task for the Phillies to have to face this Mets team after the surge that they have been on. I mean, if you would have asked me a year ago what I thought of Francisco Lindor, I'd say he's a good baseball player, maybe sometimes a pretty great baseball player, but I wouldn't have put him in that upper echelon. Robbie, he is proven game in and game out that he deserves to be in the conversation of baseball's top players right now. This guy is putting the team on his back, huge home runs. I mean, it's there's nothing actually. Big hockey fan here. Love my football. Love hockey. Playoff baseball might be the most exciting sport to watch. Like, it is just electric. I wish we would have gotten 5 games out of that series, Robbie, but this Mets team is not a team I would like to face down the stretch. So
now,
Dodgers.
Do you know why baseball? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you know why it's the best playoffs in all sports? Because when you got people like Steve Sabansky who are so opposed to the game of baseball, watching the game and being as energized as he was yesterday about his Mets, that is why. You got people that don't watch baseball for 162 games, but they know
right here.
It's a blast.
You're looking at one, Robert.
Well, you're used
to looking at one,
playoffs, Zachary, because your team's just a bunch of pathetic losers.
Hey! We make the playoffs. We just don't do anything with it. But we get our toes in there sometimes.
Yeah, you just lose to the Twins.
You know what? I hope the fucking Royals slap your guys' butt cheeks around tonight.
I'm gonna slap your butt cheeks. What?
Gay. But Mr. Robert, we have one team in the books for the CS NLCS. That is.
We do, but Zach, I mean, did you get a chance to see the Lindor Grand Slam?
I actually have not seen the actual Grand Slam. I've just seen reactions to it.
Here it is. 2-1, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 6th.
The 2-1. Lindor towards right center field. This one is back. It is gone! Grand Slam! And Lindor puts the Mets on top.
Very timely.
The biggest swing of the season for New York.
I mean, it's like
I was saying Lindor has hit arguably the 2 most important home runs in franchise history. Right there at Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso's home run against the Brewers was big. His home run against the Braves was big. But that home run was the biggest home run, arguably, of his entire career, dude. I mean,
massive.
The Phillies, they, outside of Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos, and Schwarber had the big home run the first game. Schwarber failed for the most part. Trey Turner failed. JT Realmuto failed. Alec Bohm was a defensive trash can. I mean, the Mets capitalized, and the Mets should not be taken lightly. And you know what? What's even crazier is if you had told me that Cody Sanger was only going to pitch like 7 innings total in the regular season, and then he was going to give you 2 solid innings in the NLDS, they'd be like, there's no way. If you had told me Luis Severino and Sean Manaea were going to turn back the clock to where they were once near their dominant selves, I would have said, but they are just balling out. And the only thing that sucks, dude, is Edwin Diaz can't celebrate these goddamn victories because he is PTSD from the World Baseball Classic when he tore his ACL celebrating. So he's just off to the side while everyone's jumping around. Hey.
Well, I mean, he can still celebrate. Just maybe, just stay off to the side a little bit. Get in the huddle.
He does.
Get in the huddle.
He does.
But yeah, I've been saying it for the last couple episodes, Robbie. I believe this Mets team is the team of destiny. I mean, there's no stopping them right now, and I mean their next opponent.
The only thing that can stop them are the Padres, in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why right now.
Let's get into it right now, then.
The starting pitcher for the Dodgers is atrocious. It is not good. The starting pitcher for the Padres with Dylan Cease, with Yu Darvish, we don't know what the stats with Joe Musgrove. I'm assuming he's out, but at least they have 2 ace caliber pitchers in Yu Darvish and Dylan Cease. But the best hitter right now in the playoffs is Fernando Tatis Jr. That's going to be the biggest scare if you're the Mets, is trying to get Tatis out because he's carrying the Padres for the most part on his back. But
he's putting up some nice numbers.
Let me tell you, son. It was 5 games into the season, and there's that viral clip of Gary Cohen saying it feels like it's almost rock bottom. 5 games into the season. At one point, I believe they were double-digit loss compared to wins. Like, I think they had 10-plus more losses than wins. They find a way to finish over 500 by a wide margin. And it's just one of those teams, just like the Diamondbacks, just like the Phillies 2 years ago, where it's like they got hot at the very, very right time. And the Mets, you don't want to face them. You don't want to see them right now.
So, let's get into this Game 5, then. It's going to be going down tomorrow night. Padres-Dodgers. Padres had a chance to close it out last night. Dodgers get the victory, extended to a win-or-go-home in L.A. Friday night. I'm still riding the Padres, Robbie.
Me too.
I just they're similar team to the Mets. On paper, obviously the Dodgers got Ohtani, they got Freeman, they got Betts.
I don't think it's like definitively better because you're right on paper. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, but you still got Machado, you still got Tatis. Jackson Merrill has really balled out. They had the best contact hitter in baseball in Luis Ariz. I mean, it's close with the Dodgers and the Padres.
It's close, but if you're looking at it on paper, I mean, there's a clear-cut better squad. Just with those 3 names I named alone, we're talking about 3 of the best players in baseball, all playing on one team. So Dodgers or Padres, Mets, possible NLCS.
So yesterday the Dodgers absolutely destroyed the San Diego Padres 8-0. Dylan Cease ends up getting the loss. And they're going to end up playing on Friday. And the most notable thing out of that Dodgers-Padres game is Mookie Betts hitting a home run, because Mookie Betts has been, just like Aaron Judge, liabilities in the postseason, but a big home run by him. Friday night's matchup, it's undecided with the Dodgers. Wednesday, they went with the bullpen game, so they're lucky that they made it through like that. But the Padres have already solidified their pitcher. It's going to be Yu Darvish, who's 1-0 with the 1.29 ERA thus far.
Not a bad
early on in the playoffs. And for the Dodgers, it's just a matter of who's it's going to be. It's not going to be Kershaw because he's out. Is it going to be Walker Buehler? Are they going to try to throw Jack Flaherty on short rest? I don't know what the Dodgers are going to do, but the game's going to be in LA. It's going to be a battle.
And we are excited for it. But Robert, let's get into the division that we really want to talk about, or sorry, the conference, I guess I should say. I'm going to save your Yankees for last. All right, let's go into the series that's playing right now, Guardians versus Tigers. Tigers, another one of those teams no one expected to do anything. They have the Guardians on the brink of elimination. I'm assuming still a 1-0 game in that one there?
Yes, sir.
God, I really hope the Tigers can pull that one off.
Well, I think the Tigers actually are going to pull this series off, but I just don't know if it's going to be tonight, dude.
In Detroit, though.
They had opportunities, runners on first and second. Don't mind me, I'm looking for my bottle opener. They had runners on first and second, and they didn't capitalize off of that.
That's going to cost you. Obviously, we will be providing some live updates of that game for those of you guys that are watching and or listening live on Twitch. Are we still live on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And also YouTube. Of course, we love YouTube. Love it.
You know, I do what the people want. No one ever shows up, so.
Well,
that's
Robbie,
cool.
I know what you want, okay? Let's get in, because the other series is a bit of a question mark. We'll be getting back into that one throughout the show, but Yankees, Royals, it's been a tug of war battle, to say the least here.
Mm-hmm.
Game 4 goes tonight. Yankees with a chance to close it out in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
What are we feeling like here, Robert? What are the emotions feeling like? Are we nervous? Are we excited? Anxious?
Well,
What's going on?
First things first, this comment here, why can't the Yankee series have that guy calling the game instead of blundering Bob Costas, alluding to the guy who called the Francisco Lindor Grand Slam? Bob Costas sucks. I mean, it's not like he sucks. Ron Darlington sucks. That whole thing with TBS absolutely sucks, Zach. As I was alluding to you before the show, pretend I'm Greg Nettles, or not Greg Nettles, excuse me, George Brett, and you're the game. This is what the broadcast was doing. Yeah, 48 years ago, Greg Nettles, he really pissed me off, and I really wanted to show him what was going on, and the pitch just happened. Why can't we see the pitch? Oh, because you're too busy showing George Brett instead of the game that everybody wanted to watch.
Fuck that guy with 2 first names.
It took him like 13 pitches to finally realize that maybe if you did something like this, understandable. Oh, look at that. You can see the game and watch this stupid idiot talk about something from 48 years ago that no one cares about. That's my rant about TBS. They need to do a better job with the production. It sucks. Bob Costas sucks. You should have had Ernie Johnson calling these games. It sucks. But now let's talk about game 3. Zachary, I think I said it on Tuesday. I expected us to lose that game yesterday, and I cold-heartedly mean it. And if you really think about it, we should have. But why didn't we? Because what does my thing say? Whose jersey am I wearing?
Mike Stanton. I wouldn't know because he doesn't have any goddamn last names on the uniforms. Like we're living in the fucking
Giancarlo Stanton. Mr.
How you doing,
October.
Marky?
It took him 3 games. What's up, Marcus? How you doing, brother? It took him 3 games, but he showed up. And Zach, he showed out. Starts off I believe it's his first or second at bat with an RBI double to get the Yankees to a 1-0 lead. Rips a single. And Giancarlo Stanton did the impossible, Zachary. Did you see what Giancarlo Stanton did?
I have not seen even 1 second of the Yankee series, if I want to be straight up honest.
Now, try not to pay attention to the comments because you know how Dad likes to play spoiler to everything. So don't look at the comments. I'm going to show you what he did once I can find the video here. Once I find it, dude, you're going to be like, are you sure? Are you sure this isn't fake news?
Well,
Zach,
I'm ready.
This is the real deal. Take a look.
Stanton runs. How about this? Stanton steals second.
Giancarlo Stanton stole a base.
I'm going to be straight up honest with you, man. I was expecting a lot more.
His first stolen base in 4 seasons, Zach. In 4 seasons, it's his first stolen base.
Didn't know that stat.
Isn't that insane?
I mean, he could hurt himself, Robert.
I know. But Zach, as great as the stolen base was, this is what gave the Yankees the victory. His 3rd hit of the night was this.
High fly ball, deep left field. Back goes Melendez. Forget about it. It's gone.
The man's got some power. He's got some power, that's for sure.
Now, would you agree Bob Costa sucks? I mean, did you listen to that call? Dude, he's monotone.
He sounds like he's on one of those like kind of breathing machines, you know? Just like fucking, or like a Stephen Hawking, but like not as robotic.
Yeah. No, he is absolutely atrocious, and I don't know how anyone ever considered him one of the greatest broadcasts of all time. He sucks.
I'm going to say it out loud. The Sportscape podcast is anti-Bob Cocksuck.
Wow. It's not nice. Well, Zachary, Giancarlo Stanton stepped up big time, but the big worry in this playoffs, the biggest worry I have is Aaron Judge.
When is he going to wake up here?
He looks lost, bro. He looks lost. I don't know when he's going to wake up.
The one positive that you can take from that, though, is at some point he's going to have to figure it out. I mean, he is fucking Aaron Judge. So, I mean, the longer this goes on, the more apparent that he's going to have a fantastic game. So maybe tonight's the breakout, and he brings the Yankees to hopefully play the Tigers in the next round.
Would you like to guess what his batting average is thus far in the postseason?
I'm only saying this just because of how bad you're saying he's playing. I'm going to say a 1.64.
That's very nice of you. It's lower.
It's a 0.74.
A little bit higher.
It's an 8.8.
0.91. He has the lowest batting average on the team right now.
That's not good.
And if there's anything that you can look at and say, thank God, Bobby Witt's only batting 182.
It's another guy that could light it up at any time, though.
There are 4 guys that are hitting the ball decently or good for the Yankees. Juan Soto has a 300 average. Stanton has a 308. Volpe has a 250, and Verdugo has a 300.
And you Judge to start lighting up for all the Infinity Stones.
He's got to figure this shit out immediately, bro.
I hope he doesn't.
Heading into tonight's game, Game 4. By the way, Seth Lugo, who was an All-Star this year, he was atrocious on the mound last night. He was despicable.
You heard him, Seth.
I'm trying to get the full thing here. Okay, so for the Yankees, their starting lineup tonight. Why isn't it loading? What the fuck?
It's because your goddamn black market internet connection you got over there.
No, ESPN won't even let me load up the freaking box score because the lineups are set. Garrett Cole's going to be on the mound against Michael Wacha, which is worrisome because who does Michael Wacha own? Who does Michael Wacha own?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. But
he owns Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is 1 for 24 in his career against Michael Wacha. Yep. So you got Cole against Wacha. And Aaron Booney's really going to piss me off, dude. Once again, he's sitting Oswaldo Cabrera to start John Birdie. John Birdie's making his second career start at first base because, Zach, remind you, his first career start was in Game 2.
I mean, you might as well give him a second one in Game 4 and an elimination closeout game, right? That makes total sense. And I don't know. Change the lineup that won last game, too.
When you ask me if I'm nervous or excited about tonight, I'm both. I'm not really, actually, you know what? I'm not even really nervous, and I'll tell you why. It's a win-win for me. You know why? Because if they win, we advance. If they lose, I'm going to the Bronx Saturday night.
Have you looked at the ticket prices?
I don't give a shit what the prices cost. I'm going.
Okay, well, like we said, folks, Game 4 goes down tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we have a chance to see a couple teams advance tonight here, folks. Maybe we'll have a better look at what the playoff picture is going to look like here.
We shall see.
Mr. Robert, I
That's it for MLB. I don't think you have any news regarding MLB outside of that. Let me just check really quick. Oh, the Twins are going up for sale, Zachary. They can sell for as much as $1.7 million. And the last.
Hold on. I believe you meant to say billion.
Oh, I said million. Oh, I'm a retard.
I was going to say I might get a few of my boys pulled together here to try to purchase that if that's the price.
Oh, I would too. Yeah, $1 billion. Excuse me. And the last one. This one is actually pretty sad. We all know the hurricane that's been going through the state of Florida, and the Tampa Bay Rays were using their field as a shelter, essentially. Zach, the field got completely.
Yeah, I saw that video there.
It just got completely dismantled, dude. I mean, look at that, bro.
I mean, that is absolutely brutal. But like, what the fuck was that thing made out of? Goddamn paper mache?
It's so bad, dude. I mean, look at that, bro. That's sad.
Yeah, a lot of people in the Florida region are definitely battling right now, folks, and we are standing in support with you here. Mm-hmm. I live in Canada, so I have no idea even what a fucking hurricane or tropical storm like that looks like, so I can't even begin to even like. Think
we haven't had a hurricane. But... We haven't had a hurricane in years in Connecticut, but it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Well, I'm glad to see good old Bob here still throwing a couple shots at me in the chat. So,
did he? I don't see no shots at you.
He really hasn't yet, but I feel like one's coming here. But that was more.
You know what? Not for nothing. Now you're doing it to yourself because you could have just said absolutely nothing. There's a good chance he would have said anything, but now because you said something, he's going to go after, and then you're going to start playing the victim.
You didn't let me finish. I was going to say because I know we have our differences, but I'm glad to see that Bob is doing all right.
Aww.
You guys fuck off. Now I have to say something. Now I have to chirp him. You can't do that afterwards. Aww. Let's get into some goddamn football here, Robert. I got some shit I want to say.
Shit. There's so much going on right now on my freaking phone. You're retardant.
Okay. Well, you know what, Bob? We had a good thing going there for about 5.5 seconds.
You had to open your mouth. You did it to yourself, so I don't feel bad for you this time. All right, Zachary.
No problem, you fat bastard.
That's it for MLB. We're going into our favorite sport, I'm assuming?
Second favorite. We are so getting sued. Don't sue us.
Sued. We will be getting sued.
Yeah. We all know what that sound means there, folks. That is NFL football talk here on the Sports Cave. It's a tough year as an NFL fan for myself, Robert. I got a absolute retard as a quarterback. I'll share a nice little statistic I read about him earlier today. Later on, we talk about that game here, Robert. But why don't we move our focus in on the game tonight, Thursday Night Football, divisional matchup. San Fran needs a win coming in to play Seattle Seahawks as I believe, 3.5-point favorite. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Oh, here we go.
Bases loaded. High fly ball to left center field. The center fielder for the Guardians is under it. Tagging is the runner from third. The game is tied at 1 apiece in Detroit between Cleveland and Detroit. 1 out.
We got a game. We got ourselves a game here, folks.
Now, how was that? Was that good play-by-play there? Was that better than Bob Costas?
A little more emotion. There was a little bit more emotion than Bob would show.
Emotion, but I feel like I'm going to be too loud for them, so it's hard. Which, by the way, also, excuse me, I don't know if they're going to be leaving Saturday. Unfortunately, their house was impacted with the hurricane. They got a lot of rain. It went into their house. There's no internet. There's no power over in Ormond by the sea. So just thankful the house is still up down there for the grandparents, but hopefully it's not as bad as what they're trying to prepare for. And, expect the worst and hope for the best. But more important is that their house. 6-4 double play to get out of the inning. A hard line drive to shortstop. Wow. Threw it over to second base. Cleveland escapes. Runners on first and second. 2 runners left on base. We head into the top of the third. It's 1 apiece in Detroit.
Very descriptive.
How was that? That was good.
That was impressive, Robert. That was impressive.
Well, Zachary, let's get into these goddamn picks. What do you say? Because you're gay.
100%. Can I tell you one thing right now?
I made my 3. You guys heard it.
I made my 3 picks, like for my point plays. The rest of them, I'm just going to be doing willy-nilly here, Robert. Thursday Night Football, San Francisco coming into Seattle to play the Seahawks on the Score app as a 4-point favorite. I believe I saw 3.5 point earlier on FanDuel, so that it's to be debated, but FanDuel's one me and Robbie are going to be rolling with. It's a tough one here because the 49ers have not looked very good whatsoever this year, Robert.
Welcome, Zachary.
Manolo. Welcome, brother. How are you? Long time no see.
Welcome. Well, I kind of like the Avatar picture. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, Manolo's a great guy. Manolo, I'm going to join you. I'm also going to take the 49ers. They have not looked very good whatsoever, but I feel like the Seahawks at that 3-0 start, people are riding them pretty high, and I just do not believe in them that much. Geno Smith is an average quarterback at best. Maybe sometimes pretty good, but
what are you talking about, dude? Geno Smith has been great this year.
I'm just saying I don't have that much hope in him. I think the San Fran defense is going to eat him alive. I'm taking the 49ers.
Okay, but you can't shit on Geno Smith, dude. He's been good. He's been damn near great for them, bro.
All right.
Idiot. Stupid fuck.
Okay, was that really necessary?
I just wanted to get you a little roused. That's all. Zachary, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers as well. The spread right now is San Fran by 3.5. I don't feel comfortable taking them with that spread.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. That is a tough one. Well, Robert, both of us have San Fran. No point plays on that one there. Let's move on to the Sunday game.
Oh, God, the Sunday night game sucks.
I don't even know which one it is, to be honest.
You'll see when
that's brutal.
Yeah,
let's start with one of these absolute horrific 9:30 a.m. Sunday start games in the beautiful UK, love. Going down to London here to see the Jacksonville Jaguars again play the Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, Robert, I can guarantee right now I will not watch 1 second of this game here. Bears are coming in. I feel like I should have FanDuel open up instead of the Score app here.
I have it. What are you looking at? The spread?
It's saying 1.5.
1.5 in favor of Chicago.
And it's not a point play, but I'm going to take the Bears. And if I was a point play, I would take them for the 1.5 as well, too.
See, I don't know if I would do that because is Jacksonville going to carry that momentum against the young Chicago Bears team? It's highly possible. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they've had pretty decent success over there in London. So with that being said, I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on the Chicago Bears in London.
They have had quite a bit of success there, Robert, but excuse me. For my little research I did today, the Bears secondary this year is absolutely phenomenal. So
yes, the Bears have a very good defense. They do have
Lawrence is going to get locked up here. He's not going to have too many receivers to be tossing the ball to.
Well, we'll see because Evan Ingram is expected to return as well, which is a big addition. He's found a way to distribute the ball evenly between Brian Thomas and Christian Kirk. Tank Bigsby's been running the football pretty well. I think it's only a matter of time until he takes over the starting spot and gets more touches than Travis Etienne Jr. Ground ball to short, Sweeney to first, one away.
Wow.
I am multi-talented. I am
so fucking
talented.
Bisexual via sports.
Excuse you.
You know what I mean. Robert, it's time for the 1 o'clock games, and let's just get this one over with. The biggest spread of week 6 comes with my Cleveland Browns going into Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Eagles are a 9.5 point favorite here via the Score app. I'm assuming probably very similar on FanDuel. I mean, I have nothing to say about this Browns team.
What's the spread?
9.5 is what I have on the Score.
9.5. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, very fitting. Very fitting right there. I know the Eagles have not looked fantastic this year, but it does not matter. This Browns team is just horrible this year. I actually saw a stat say that Deshaun Watson, since joining the Browns, has 23 sexual assault cases that have been settled and 19 throwing touchdowns in his time with the Cleveland Browns. So more sexual assault cases settled than passing touchdowns for Deshaun Watson. Not the stat you would like to be on. It's not my point pick, Robert. The Eagles are going to absolutely bend us over and just raw us. Just no spit, no lube, sandpaper finish.
Oh, you got to give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
No spit. They're going to make it bleed. That's what they're going to do to us. That's how bad it's going to be. The Eagles by probably 1 million.
They're going to make it bleed. Jesus. Wow. Oh, Zach. I don't know where it all went to hell, dude. I really don't, because
I do. The fucking
Tell me.
quarterback. Look who I've thrown the goddamn ball for me. There's probably maybe 2 quarterbacks in the league besides him that I would rather not have on my team.
Okay, go on. Who are the 2?
I don't think that far. Will Levis would be one.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be it, dude. That might be it. That might be it. that might be
it. Oh my God. You know, it's
I
funny.
wouldn't say Bryce Young, but I think I'd rather have Bryce Young as like a little. You can mold him at least, you know.
Yeah.
John Watson's been molded, and he's been molding masseuses, and this is what we have come to see with his football play now. It's just horrific.
Oh.
Who do you have in the goddamn
brother,
team?
this guy stinks!
This fucking shithole goddamn team.
Well, Zach, it only gets worse for you because A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were full participants in practice, so they're definitely coming back. I got the Eagles by a fucking gazillion. It's over. You guys are screwed.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. And another fun stat I saw too: the first 5 weeks we have played, the best passing defense that we have played is 19th in the league, and now our schedule turns into basically a gauntlet. So we might have 2 to 3 wins this year, Robert. That's my expectations now.
The Guardians are trying to make something happen here as Lane Thomas hits a single to center field, runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Appreciate that little update there, Robert. Let's move on to the next 1 p.m. game here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming into the face of the Saints. Tampa Bay comes in as a 3.5-point favorite.
And why is
probably going to be no Derek Carr. I think we have
no, there is no Derek Carr. It's confirmed. No Derek Carr.
Was it Spencer Rattler? That's going to be
Spencer Rattler, who was once highly regarded out of the University of South Carolina, really fell off. His draft stock fell all the way down to a 4th-round pick, but the Saints drafted him for a reason. And let's see if Rattler can show why he had those early high expectations and see why they faded off. I mean, maybe he can make a name for himself. This is the time to do so. This is your opportunity. You got to capitalize. So we'll see what Spencer Rattler can do.
I'm here to say he's not going to do shit because I'm taking the Bucs with my 1-point play minus 3.5 against the Saints.
You know, Zachary, I'm going to match you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to match you. I'm going to go 1-point play Buccaneers plus 3.5 as well. And it's a combination of an inexperienced rookie quarterback, okay, that's making a start against not the best Tampa Bay team,
but a pretty goddamn good Tampa Bay team.
I'm talking defensively. Defensively, they're pretty bad, but offensively, they're a juggernaut. And I feel like they know that they have a city in need of some sort of positive, happy feeling after the terrible draft, because teams ride off of that. They ride off of that. And with that being said, I'm going to
3-point play.
I'm going to use them as my 1-point play. Tampa Bay's my. No, do it. Switch it.
No, I already have them locked and loaded.
Don't be a pussy. Do it.
All right. Don't be a pussy. You just copied my pick. If anyone here's a pussy, it's you, my friend.
Well, I already have my 3-point play locked in because I feel like this is taking money from a baby.
Maybe we have the same one then. Next game here, Robert. Packers hosting the Cardinals. Packers at a 4.5-point favorite here. This is a tough one for me because the Cardinals have been one of those kind of question mark surprising teams for me.
They've been low-key hot.
I'm going to take the Cardinals. Sorry, Ryan. I am going to take the Cardinals to win this game here.
Dude. Why would you do that?
You got to choose from the heart.
Well, your heart has led you to a lot of freaking failures this year.
Sometimes
sorry, it's the truth.
At some point.
What'd you call me?
I said at some point it has to turn around.
Well, I don't think it's going to be turned around anytime soon, Zachary. So with that being said, I think you know who my choice is going to be, and I'm just trying to find the who's he, what's a dinger thing. I can't find it.
No, Pack, no.
Go, Pack, go!
Go, Pack, go, baby. Packers win.
All right, our first coinciding pick here, Robert. I mean, this next game here, I think this is going to be both for a 3-point.
Didn't you take the Bears over the Jags?
I did. My apologies. I did.
Idiot.
Okay, then I'm taking back my apologies. I believe this next game is going to be both
first and second with the strikeout.
Bing bang. Robert, I believe this next game is going to be both of our 3-point picks here. Somehow this spread, when I saw it for the first time today, I did not believe my eyes. But the Tennessee Titans are coming in as a 2.5-point favorite, hosting the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm hammering this as my 3-point play as the Colts plus 2.5 because who the fuck made this spread?
Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder, and this is where I wish I had Alex here or my cousin Nate here or some Tennessee fan here. I know it's been 10 years since Indy's last one on the road in Jacksonville. Is this another case where like they're on their own Tennessee and they can't figure out? I don't know. But regardless, whether it's Anthony Richardson or whether it's Joe Flacco, I'm going with the Colts all day long against this trash can Tennessee Titans team. Now, who's going to be starting? Is it going to be Mason Rudolph or is it going to be Will Levis? I mean, what's the severity of Will Levis's injury? I don't know. I haven't seen any updates about that whatsoever.
As of now, it says Will Levis is positioned to start on the score app, but like you just said, we're not exactly too sure. Oh, logs full practice a day ago, so apparently he probably will be the starting quarterback, which, I mean, any one of those two, dude, I'm still taking the Colts minus 2.5.
Yeah.
You didn't mention, is that a point play for you, Robert?
The Colts are my 3-point play as well.
Okay, so we're both riding that same picks here.
So easy, bro.
All right, Robert, the next game here is also my last of the points plays, and it is the Houston Texans minus 6.5 against the New England Patriots in New England, and I will be riding the Texans minus 6.5 for my 1-point play, or was it 2-point play, sorry. Mm-hmm. The Texans offense and your Patriots defense, Robbie, are just, it's not a great mix. It's not a great mix, and I think they're going to absolutely lambaste you guys.
I thought about taking the Texans minus 6.5, and here's why I didn't. I understand the front seven for the Texans is pretty good against a rookie Drake May. Christian Gonzalez is going to lock up Stephon Diggs. There's no receiver that's done good against Christian Gonzalez ever since he came into the league. Garrett Wilson had 1 touchdown, and that number 1 was a perfectly placed ball by Aaron Rodgers. And number 2, it was within a couple yards. There's nothing, that's like giving up like a 4-yard reception, essentially. Okay. So this is all going to be on Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz in the running game to try to take down this Patriots team. And who knows, maybe Drake. And the reason why I'm staying away too is because I've watched Jacoby Brissett. He's so scared to throw the ball downfield. He hasn't picked up coverage as well. He has a hard time going through his reads. And these are all things that can happen to Drake May, but I'm going to trust a guy that has an absolute cannon of an arm that a lot of people compare to people like Justin Herbert with his arm power to maybe keep him within that spread. But I'm not sitting here telling you I'm going to take the Patriots to win because I'd be lying to you.
I would hope not.
Jabril Peppers, by the way, is on the commissioner's exempt list as the whole situation that encountered is under investigation. So they're going to be without Jabril Peppers, which is a massive hit to their secondary, but it's the right thing to do with these alleged allegations, which, by the way, I will double down on and say innocent until proven guilty because we know how these gold diggers are. And with that being said, Zachary.
Not looking good, though, if we're going to be honest.
It's definitely not looking good. And like I said, if he is guilty, he will get bashed. I will destroy him the best I can. Houston Texans end up winning this game.
Excuse me. My goodness gracious.
You're excused, you cow.
Robbie, this next game, the last 1 p.m. slot, I think is going to be the game of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
As of now, the Commanders are 6.5-point underdogs coming into face this Baltimore Ravens team that has had a complete resurgence over these last couple of weeks. But the Commanders, in my opinion, right now, Robbie, are probably the best team in the NFC. I mean,
they are one of them for sure.
They're definitely up there. This Ravens team, like I just said, they're absolutely firing all cylinders. I'm going to have to take the Ravens to win this game, but at 6.5-point spread, I just do not see that happening. I think it's going to be an absolute shootout here. Jaden Daniels has been an absolute dog to start his career off. And the Commanders, they're knocking on the door, Robert, but I do feel like the Ravens are going to hand them a loss this weekend.
I was originally going to use this as my 2-point play, but I elected not to. I think the Commanders are going to be very, very close in that game. I think the Ravens still somehow prevail with the victory there, but I really did want to take the Commanders with the 6.5. I think they will cover, but the reason why I'm not going to take them, you'll hear a little bit later on, but I'm going to go with the Ravens to win. So honestly, if there was like a bonus point play, I would take the Commanders plus 6.5.
I would not. I would totally agree with you on that one there because I think that is going to be an absolute nail biter of a game there, Robert.
Agreed.
Oh wow! Moving on to this next game, opposite ends of the spectrum of excitement. Chargers 3-point favorites against the Denver Broncos in Denver. I mean, Denver, I guess, I think they've had back-to-back wins now. Haven't really looked fantastic, but Sean Payton, I guess, is getting it done with Bo Nix as a quarterback. Who knows about the uncertainty of Justin Herbert? I think they had a bye week last week, so obviously giving him that week off is going to be very good for him, but
I think he's
going
going
to be 100%. He's going to play, but what sort of version are we going to see of him? I am going to take the Broncos here, Robbie, to win this game.
You know, Zach, I thought about it too between Denver and the Chargers, but I just think that bye week is going to help them so much. And I think it just like it helps the receivers for Herbert, you know, solidify who's his number one, whether it's Palmer, whether it's Johnson, whether it's the other rookie, McConklin, I think his name is, Jake Dobbins. I mean, I think this week off came at the exact right time due to the fact that not only Herbert's injury, but Joe Alt's injury as well. Is someone leaving? Oh, TJ just got back home. I'm going to go with the Chargers to win this game. I think the bye week's going to play drastically in their favor.
We will find out, sir. Sunday at 4:05. Next game here on the list, the Steelers, 3.5 favorites rather, against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas.
And a quarterback change. Don't forget, a quarterback change.
Aiden O'Connell taking over the realm here as a starting quarterback for the Vegas Raiders. Gardner Minshew on the bench. Steelers, Russell Wilson, I think, is getting closer and closer to being available to be played, but who knows what the decision is going to be once he is 100% healthy. I feel like you got to ride Justin Fields now with the record they have. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game, Robert, in Las Vegas.
As am I. The defense is too powerful. We still don't know the severity of the Max Crosby injury. Devontae Adams, it sounds like, might end up staying to Vegas, and honestly, Zach, rightfully so. I mean, why is he going to waste 1 year with the Jets if Aaron Rodgers is one and done? Derek Carr is hurt. The whole reason he wanted to go with the Saints was because of Derek Carr. So, I mean, honestly, the other choice, he's not going to Kansas City. They're not going to trade within the division unless they absolutely fleece. And I was just going to bring it up right there. The only team that makes sense for him is the Buffalo Bills. Don't put the Dallas Cowboys in there. Don't do it, because the Cowboys, the Yankees, the Lakers all have something in common. They're always supposed to get the hottest freaking names out there.
It ain't going to happen.
It's not happening, so shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it wasn't a direct shot at my father because all Cowboys fans think that's going to happen.
So wait, what was your pick there? Raiders, Steelers?
Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Next game here, we have Kirk Cousins and the Falcons coming in to face Andy Dalton and the Red Rocket Carolina Panthers here. Dalton has looked great, filling in for Mr. Bryce Young. Falcons at a 6-point spread right now. They are going to hammer this Carolina Panthers team, I think. Right? I think they're finally starting to connect on an offensive level here, and it is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. Yeah, the Falcons win this game.
Still no play here. I'm curious. It might be in this game here. Detroit Lions -3 against the Dallas Cowboys. Still dealing with a lot of injuries in Dallas. Maybe no Micah Parsons. Keep that one in the back of your head here, Robbie. Detroit Lions -3 against the Cowboys. Micah Parsons or no Micah Parsons. I'm going to take the Lions to win this game on the road. Micah Parsons, whatever. I'm going to take the Lions, Robbie.
How about them Cowboys?
You thought I was going to take the Cowboys when I did that? My 2-point play is the Lions -3, and here's why. What happened the last time they faced off against the Cowboys in Jerry World? What happened?
I'm going to assume they crushed them.
They got fleeced by the referees that ultimately ended up costing the Lions the number 1 seed in the NFC. It worked in their favor on a path to the Super Bowl. Dan Campbell, on a bye week, after a bye week, is going to absolutely hype this team up to kill, destroy, and annihilate the Dallas Cowboys. And there's frustration with the Cowboys. It's come out that Zeke is openly frustrated with this role, understanding that he was supposed to get red zone touches.
It's
not the case. So when you have that going on, no Brandon Cooks, no Micah Parsons, no Lawrence, it's not looking good for the Dallas Cowboys. And you got a healthy, pissed off, hungry, bite your kneecap on their way back up from the ground Detroit Lions team that is going to kill the Cowboys by a final score, in my opinion, of 42-17. We're talking about annihilation.
That's a butt fucking right there, Bob.
They are going to get destroyed by the Detroit Lions. Rawr.
Wow. I mean, you heard him here, folks. Robbie is. I actually fully agree with him too, to be honest with you, and I would love to see it. Mr. Robert made mention to it earlier, folks. The Sunday night football game is a bit of a snooze fest. Bengals. Okay, we're not going to read that one out.
I'm not gonna show that on the screen. No.
Bengals coming in as a 3.5-point favorite in New York against the Giants. The Giants are one of those sneaky teams, Robbie. I feel like this spread, people look at it and go, Bengals only 3.5 points against the Giants. That's got to be bigger. The Giants have surprised some teams this year.
The Giants' defense has been very well.
And the Bengals' defense has been horrific. So I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game. I do think they would cover that 3.5-point spread, but I would not be surprised if Daniel Jones performed one of his miraculous games against this pitiful Cincinnati Bengals defense.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's going to be very hard for the Giants to win this game because Malik Neighbors is trending to be out. If Malik Neighbors was playing this game, I think there's a good chance the Giants actually win this game. No Neighbors. Singletary's questionable. And the Bengals are putting up points. Joe Burrow is doing his thing. Is the defense finally going to step the hell up, or are they going to have to step the hell out? It's going to be 1 or 2. And honestly, this game Sunday night is the Cincinnati Bengals season because you cannot continue to fall behind both the Steelers and the Ravens. The Steelers are not a good team, but they are so well coached. They don't have the best roster on paper. I mean, you got TJ Watt. And there's some other motherfucker that's name's drawn a blank right there with TJ Watt, and Minkah Fitzpatrick and Najee Harris and George Pickens. The Ravens, they have just about everybody you could think of under the sun. Yeah. You're not going to catch you. You're playing for a wild card spot at this point, and it starts now, not tomorrow, not after breakfast. Now,
right now,
Bengals are going to end up winning this game, but I'm telling you, they have to destroy the Giants to start getting some respect. If it's a close game, no one's going to take Cincinnati serious the rest of the way.
It is a must-win game for Cincinnati here, Robert. Must-win game. Also, it would. We should note out that there will still be 2 undefeated teams going into Week 7 because both the Vikings and the Chiefs have a bye week here, joining the Rams and the Dolphins. Bringing us to our last game here, Monday Night Football, Buffalo Bills at MetLife against the Jets. Bills started off the season, Robert, as a team where I'm like, well, this team could win a Super Bowl this year. Like, this offense is amazing. This defense is clicking. Last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of question marks about this Bills team, but I've had question marks about this Jets team since the first snap of the season. Bills coming in as a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the Bills to win this game. I think they'll cover. I'm just not sold on this Jets offense, Robbie. Plus, firing to the head coach, Nathaniel Hackett. There's a lot of question marks in New York right now.
Well, here's another thing for you. Right off the rip, what Robert Saleh allegedly wanted to do is what Jeff Ulbrich decided to do. Head coach Jeff Ulbrich. Let me see if I can load up the announcement on Twitter here, Zachary, so you can hear it from Jeff Ulbrich himself.
Jeffy.
That's the interim head coach. Share this tab instead. Okay. Hopefully this video plays without any lag because it would sound really unprofessional. But Zachary, here is Jeff Ulbrich with some breaking news. For you at least, maybe.
Regarding the staff, after a lot of time to think about it and did not make this decision easily by any means, I'm going to make Todd Downing the play caller for the New York Jets going forward. And this is more a byproduct of a different take on things. I'm not saying it's a better or worse take on things by any means, but just a different take on things, a fresh approach. So ultimately, Todd will have the full say on the game plan and ultimately the plays that are called within the game.
So what does that mean, Zachary? That means Nathaniel Hackett's not calling the plays on offense anymore.
As he should have never been calling the plays on offense. That was apparent week 1.
We need to start seeing some motion from the Jets offense. You got a young guy like Garrett Wilson who's just staying standardized. Mike Williams, who really could be utilized correctly. Mike Williams is arguably the best one-on-one receiver in the NFL. You throw it up there, he's going to go get it. Like, I'm so serious. So he might be the best 1v1 wide receiver in the NFL. That's his game. That's who he is. I'm not saying he's the best, but if you throw it up there, he's probably the best one to come down with it. If not, he's right behind Justin Jefferson. Mike Williams is that good. Watch his tape. It's true. Okay. Great move.
Injury bug.
I understand. Great move. This had to be done. And it's just a shame because I think Robert Saleh was on the brink of doing it. And did you see Aaron Rodgers trying to defend like, oh, I love Robert Saleh. I love his kids. I love his wife. I love it. Dude, shut the hell
It's
up.
like, you got him fired.
Yes.
You ayahuasca smoking fucking hippie.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't going to comment on the face of Nair over there, but you know what? If you're going to put that comment up there, maybe I will.
Wow, that's not nice. Steve doesn't deserve that.
He started it. I love you too, Steve.
I think
Robert?
Steve texted me. He said he wanted me to play this for you. This isn't me. This is Steve. I think you know what it is.
All hail the New York Giants!
All right, what pick do you have in this Bills-Jets game?
Jets, Jets. Jets are winning this game on Monday Night Football.
I know you didn't, Steve. I know you didn't. Well, Mr. Robert, that is the NFL picks for Week 6.
There it is. Yep.
Mr. Robert, why don't we get into a little bit of NHL talk here that the season has begun? All right, folks. NHL season has officially started. What'd you say there, sir?
I said I'm glad you said that. I didn't check my lineup.
But you might be a little bit late now, sir.
No, we're good. I did check it this morning at work.
Officially started Tuesday night, but Wednesday night was the biggest slate of hockey we've seen thus far. Me and Robbie's Toronto Maple Leafs made their debut in a 47 shutout loss to the Montreal Canadiens. 47 save, rather, shutout loss to the Montreal Canadiens. And a little fun fact for you there, Robert. First time since November 20th, 2021, that the Toronto Maple Leafs have been shut out in an NHL hockey game. Impressive stat. Didn't get the job done, but from what I saw from them last night, Robbie, I'm not worried whatsoever. This team looks like a great squad. They're playing right now against their former head coach, Sheldon Keefe, in New Jersey. So I will be keeping you with some updates on that. But no panic button whatsoever, Robert. No panic button whatsoever.
Game one, dude. It's game one.
But the one thing that I am a little bit worried about, our starting goalie, Joseph Woll, coming into game one. He's dealt with injury problems his entire career. This is his first season where he's going to be the bona fide number one starter. And before game one, he gets placed on IR with yet another injury. So it is day to day at this point, but I mean, it's not the way you want to fucking start off a season, especially with a guy that has dealt with a lot of injuries before. Not the way you want to start, Robert.
Now, did you see former Leafs goalie Jack Campbell's I think rehab or something?
Yes, I did see that he entered the player assistant program. I feel that guy is one of just a good heart and soul guy. I've met him before, and he's one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. So I hope he's getting the help he needs. Obviously, put yourself in his position. The guy was a starting goaltender, living all this lavish lifestyle, and all of a sudden he's the most hated fucking goalie in Edmonton Oilers. He's getting dropped down to the AHL. That's going to be a lot on your mental game there.
Yeah, for sure.
Robbie, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I have for the NHL news, unfortunately, for tonight, folks. Like I just said, the season just started.
Now, Zach, we don't talk about this sport that much until it comes down to the end. But this is a big weekend of college football, bro. This is a crazy weekend of college football. You got number 1 Oklahoma going on the road, or excuse me, number 1 Texas going on the road to number 18 Oklahoma, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 Penn State on the road to USC.
Ohio State, Oregon.
Ohio State on the road in to Oregon. Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and LSU. This is a big weekend. Kansas State on the road against Colorado.
Can we talk about this dude from Boise State, the running back?
Holy shit.
This man is putting up 4 touchdowns and 200 yards rushing per game.
Ashton
Genty.
Now, would you like to guess how many rushing yards he has already? How many touchdowns?
He has 1,256 rushing yards.
Nope.
And 12
but
touchdowns.
That's a great first guess. 1,031 rushing yards on 95 carries, an average of 10.9 yards. 16 fucking touchdowns, dude. Heisman Heisman.
I almost feel bad for Travis Hunter because any other year I feel like it would be a runaway for him to win the Heisman, and he just had to run into this man that is breaking records left, right, and center at a Boise State.
It probably will go to Travis Hunter. I'm just saying this guy deserves consideration for the Heisman. This is good because you can't turn the Heisman Trophy into a freaking quarterback award, dude. You can't.
Exactly. This man is obviously the best player playing college football right now at his position. The guy is putting up numbers that no one's ever seen before.
Travis Hunter is the Heisman winner right now, in my opinion.
Well,
my UConn Huskies will go into week 8 home against Wake Forest, who are, I believe they are 4-2.
What's UConn's record?
4-2.
Okay. Not bad.
We're on the come up. All right? We're on the come up. Give us time. We're here. Zach's queer.
Okay. Unnecessary. What else we got on our list here for tonight, Robert? We have not talked basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Been a while since we talked basketball here on the Sports Cave, folks. Been a while. Again, like hockey, guys, not that much to talk about in the world of basketball, but let's get right on into it. Excuse me.
Oh, I have news about Game 5 tomorrow for the Dodgers.
Let's spit it.
Freddie Freeman's expected to play. That's big.
Massive.
That's massive.
And the Leafs have just scored their first goal of the season.
Who scored it? Austin Matthews.
Max Pacioretty.
Who?
Max Pacioretty. He's a great hockey player.
Okay, cool. We're gonna learn. I'm gonna learn. Not we're gonna learn.
You'll remember his name. You will remember his name, sir. Let me tell you.
Sorry, I'm telling you right now. When they're on, as the Yankees are on, right now, there's no chance I'm watching any Leafs. Sorry.
That's fair. Let's get through some NBA news here, Robert. Starting off, Malcolm Brogdon going to be out for at least a month after getting some thumb surgery here. He's kind of altered his role from a starting point guard to a great six-man here over the last couple of years, so that's going to be a big loss there for Mr. Brogdon.
Yeah, especially. No, I'm laughing at this freaking thing they have Deshaun Watson. They have Deshaun Watson like weeks 1 through 5 looking like an absolute buffoon and he stinks. And then they show week 6 Deshaun Watson. It's him as a Houston Texan when he was elite.
Well, I hope to God we see that fucking version of him.
Yeah, but Zach, losing Brogdon's a big deal for 2 reasons. 1, a veteran. 3 pieces. Three reasons. 1, a veteran. 2, a fantastic 6-man. Number 3, trade accusation at the deadline.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one there, Robbie. It's just 1 month. You know, it's not catastrophic.
It could linger on though, so it is catastrophic.
Well,
he's on Portland anyways, so I mean,
yeah, we're not expecting much. Moving on to the Orlando Magic here, Robert. Wendell Carter Jr. signing a 3-year, $59 million extension with the Magic. Magic have been one of those surprising teams last couple of years, Robbie. They might be one of those teams that's going to be sticking around to be a feisty squad for the next little while.
Yeah, it's all a matter of how Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner can, and it's not Wagner, it's Wagner for some reason, how they progress heading into a season after they made the playoffs. And bringing in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope actually is a big deal because he's a champion, a defensive menace, and he's already come out and openly said that he's never been a part of any team. This includes the Lakers, this includes the Nuggets. He hasn't been a part of any team that's taken defense as serious as this Magic's team. Everybody in the Magic wants to play defense, and the offense will come, which is absolutely huge. So
we'll see championships.
Yeah, defense does win championships. You should know, correct?
Why would you say that?
Because the Raptors.
Okay. I thought you were bringing up the fact that I've been just a pathetic loser my entire life via sports besides the Raptors. My bad, sir. Robert, we have some history in the NBA. The first, you're going to love this one, first father-son duo to suit up for an NBA preseason game, I will say this. Bronny James and LeBron James suit up on the court with one another. Bronny puts up a goose egg in the scoring board here with a one-shot. I think he had 1 3-point attempt, did not hit. I mean, Bronny James, if he was on any other team and his dad was not LeBron, he would not be anywhere near an NBA roster. But here we are, Robert. Here we are.
Bruh.
Who gives a fuck?
Okay. Well, in that case, sir, we
Hold
can move on.
on. You know what I do want to say, though? Excuse me. I don't have anything against Bronny. I really don't. I hope Bronny does well. But this kid is going to get so much slander because of who his father is. And he's privileged to be in the NBA because of who his father is. And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, he was kind of dealt a shitty deck of the cards. I mean, take that with a grain of salt because he is fucking LeBron James' kid, so obviously he's living quite the lifestyle, but he's always going to have those very unrealistic expectations, Robert.
Yeah.
Our last bit of NBA news here, Robbie, we have a retirement to announce, and this one is special in my heart.
I have
He
one
won a
more.
championship.
I have one more for you.
Okay.
When
He won a championship with the Raptors, 2 with the San Antonio Spurs. Danny Green announced. Sorry. One with the Spurs, one with the Raptors, one with the Lakers. My apologies. Danny Green announced his retirement from the NBA. I mean, I thought that guy retired fucking 4 years ago, but here we are, Robert. On the Sports Cave, we are announcing it.
It's been announced way earlier ahead of that. But Danny Green was a pretty darn good shooter. 40% career from three-point.
Great shooter.
He was a big reason why the Spurs actually took down the Heat because he was hitting a lot of clutch three-point shots. Felt like every time he was open, you just knew it was going in. Yeah, Danny Green, solid shooter, great career, 15 years in the NBA, and he'll live a happy life doing media work. And he does a pretty good job on NBA Countdown and ESPN. So congratulations on a stellar career, Danny Green. It's unfortunate that his career. Oh, high fly ball, left field in deep, back at the track and at the wall. It is gone. Jose Ramirez hits an absolute tank into left field, and the Guardians take a 2-1 lead in the top of the 5th.
Bam.
How's
Guardians
that?
Fighting for their life. That was impressive.
That was pretty Joe Buckish the way I called that there. But I mean, what a tank by Jose Ramirez. That's a big home run. 2-1 Guardians.
All right, what's this last bit of NBA news you got here for me, Robert?
Well, Shams didn't hesitate to drop bombs on his first appearance on ESPN on First Take today. He mentioned what you mentioned right there, Danny Green. And the other bit of news to be known about is Mitchell Robinson is expected to miss the rest of 2024 and make his season debut at some point in 2025 for the New York Knicks. Zachary, after trading away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, that's a big hit that you're missing off of your bench there with no Mitchell Robinson. Josh Taylor? Foul.
Obviously, that's not ideal. At least he will be coming back at some point, but we did see his production last year when he came back from injury. It was pretty much absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. They did bring in fucking Karl Anthony Towns, so I mean, at least they have that sort of bolstered up a little bit, but it's not ideal.
If Karl Anthony Towns gets hurt, the next one up it's either Jericho Sims or Precious Achiuwa. It's a problem. If Mitchell when he comes back, do they do the same thing they did in Minnesota? Do they dock down Josh Hart? Do they do a lineup of Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG, Cat, and Mitchell Robinson? Or do they keep Josh Hart in the lineup?
I think Hart's staying in the lineup. Mitchell will be the backup. Obviously, if you want to go big, then maybe that'll be a lineup you run for a little bit, but I can't see that being the starting lineup.
Bobby McMahon, goal.
I just saw that 2-0.
2-0.
2-0.
Well, I wonder then because you maybe you're better off trying to trade Robinson. You lost a lot of. Listen, if the Knicks don't win a championship by 2026, 2027, they're screwed. They are screwed, and it was not worth it because you gave up 5 first-round picks to the Nets. You gave up your first-round pick to the Pistons.
Yeah,
they're screwed.
A lot of trades.
Yeah,
Robert, I think that might be it for tonight, Marva. It was a shorter one tonight.
Is there anything you want to bring up about Alex Pereira because we didn't get a chance to do that, or are we just going to skip that because we know that Alex Pereira is an absolute beast?
I think we skip it because I'm about to piss my pants, to be honest with you.
Once again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today was a shorter episode for many reasons. Number one, Game 4 is happening in 30 minutes, and I got to make sure this show is up and out. Zach wants to watch Sheldon Queef get destroyed by the Toronto Maple Leafs as they're already down 2-0 in New Jersey. Zachary, do us all a favor. Thank you all for tuning in and take us the hell out of here.
Hell of a Thursday episode here from the Sports Cave, folks. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Go enjoy some playoff baseball, some Thursday night football, and some Leaf hockey. And stay sexy, Sports Cave.